was in a church service one Sunday morning, and Andy was talking about finances, and I started to think about what ways I could better manage my money, and I did have a large burden with a Yukon that we had, and talked to my husband and just discussed selling it, getting rid of it, and took it up to CarMax, and I kind of had an idea of what the minimum I would take and had that number in my head, and when they came back with the appraisal, it was that exact number. And so I felt like it was a sign that we did need to sell it. And my husband called his brother, because he's talking to his brother through the process of, you know, how much it should be worth and how much should we sell it for, blah, blah. So on our way home, he says, "So wait, you're down to one car?" And he said, "Yeah, I guess we're just gonna make it work for now and save up cash and, you know, buy a used car when we can." And he said, "Well, would you like to have a Honda Odyssey?" And I was like, shut up. He's kidding. No, he had one in his garage that they no longer used, and were considering giving it to the babysitter and would rather give it to his brother. So my husband flew there and drove back with something that fits the stroller in the back and has no car payment. So when we were struggling with our finances at that point in time, we sponsor a little boy who lives in Africa, and his name's Albert, and sorry, it's only $30 a month, but things were so tight at that point in time that I considered not doing that anymore, which I'm embarrassed to say. But here I am driving a car with a $400 a month payment and want to take $30 away from the little boy. I mean, it's embarrassing to even say that. But it was a fleeting thought, but it was a thought. That Sunday I left there and I knew that's what I had to do, regardless of how uncomfortable it might make us. I've had to put a lot of trust in God to make it. At one point I thought we might be coming to the well, you know, to get groceries for our family. But God's blessed us, and last year I will say I gave a lot more than I did the year before, which was probably nothing. And this year my commitment is to give 10% and beyond. You know, you just have to have the faith to write the check and to be done and know that it's not yours, none of it's ours. And the more that I've trusted God, the more He's blessed me. And the last, not just financially, I mean just everything. I've told friends and family that the last 6 months of my life has been the greatest yet. And it's really just continually trusting more, putting more in God's hands. The more He holds and the less I do, the better off I am.